we're here today at the Sound for Picture Workflows pod here at NAB 2024. And one thing we wanted to show off is some really cool collaboration using the Pro Tools SDK with our friends at Dropbox using their really cool feature called Replay. So we're going to go through a little bit of a scenario of how we might use that and how we can integrate that into Pro Tools. So I'm going to turn it over here to Caleb for a second and see how he goes.
So I've got an ADR session here that I want my producer just to quickly check. So what I'm going to do in Pro Tools is bounce it out. I go bounce mix. I'm going to bounce it to a movie file. And I'm then going to send that movie file once it's bounced into Dropbox Replay. I can upload it from my Nexus drive here. I've got an ADR check. And I'm going to send it up to Dropbox Replay.
So in this kind of scenario, we can imagine that we're doing something in the audio suite. We need a producer or a director to check something. So in this case, we're both on the same shared workspace in Dropbox Replay, but you could send a link out for someone to use on their iPad or just their browser on their computer. So now that I've received that, I've got a new file that's just been added here, and this is from Cal. I can open up this file, and we're operating in DNX HD, which is the codec straight out of our system. And I can move through this piece of video he sent me, and I can play the audio back from there if I need to. But if I want to, I can make a comment. And in this particular scene, we need to, we've got a bit of ADR we've done over a shot of a television. So I want to say, this is great, but can I hear the TV effect? Or some sort of comment of that nature, and then maybe I'd put another comment down the end. For example, please work on this transition, for example. And so now I've made comments directly into that file. Now the thing is, usually when you're getting these notes from producers and directors, it might be in an email, it might be in a chat. It can be hard to figure out exactly where that is in the project. But with this tool, this has gone straight back to Cal over here to have a look at.
On my screen here, I can see that I've got a new message within my Dropbox Replay folder. And I can see on my timeline here that Dan has put in some comments, and I can see these comments here on the side of the screen. Now, using the SDK, we can import these into Pro Tools from Dropbox. So I hit export to Pro Tools, and these comments will now appear in my timeline as memory locations. And they come up here on the top line. Within Pro Tools now, we've got multiple marker lanes. So I can create multiple marker lanes, and I could call this first marker lane here where they've come notes from Dan. And I can now spot to these markers that he's created and work on the parts that he's asked me to work on, or notes that he's given. And I can see his name in these comments, and I could even go into our memory locations window and search by his name to find his comments, and they'll come up like that.
That's a quick review of the Dropbox Replay integration with Pro Tools. We think it's going to be really helpful for people, so check it out.